Do you want to go on an adventure with me? I'm Caitlin, this is GBRLIFE, and this week's episode, I'm going to be talking about some wonderful kitchen appliances, kitchen products, if you will, that I think parents might like. Even if you're not a parent, even if you're kind of just thinking about how can I amp up my game in the kitchen? Well, these are a couple things. It's more than a couple, it's more like a few things that we bought and we don't regret buying. So stay tuned, keep watching. If you keep watching, you're gonna actually get a chance to see what they are. And before I get into it though, I think now is a great time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because if you subscribe, you're gonna get an opportunity to get a whole bunch of reviews, a whole great amount of parenting hacks, in addition to just so much more. I talk about it all on my channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you are notified whenever I do a weekly episode. Yeah, I said weekly because every single Saturday there's always a new video. So, first and foremost, intro. Okay, let's start with my favorite. It happens to be, wasn't an impulse buy, but it was something that I wasn't sure if we were gonna really like or use, but I went for it because it just sounded kind of awesome, and that is the 5-in-1 Ninja. So this thing can air crisp, it can dehydrate, it can bake, it can roast, and it can grow. See it right there? Here's the thing, guys. It actually can. It can do all of the things that I just mentioned. It really can. And it's really awesome because it's healthier. So here's the deal. I'm not gonna say that we're the worst eaters in the world, but we're definitely not the healthiest of people, but we're not unhealthy either. So what I mean by that is, if we're out and about when we're traveling and there happens to be a McDonald's, we'll probably eat that McDonald's. That doesn't mean that we're eating McDonald's on a day-to-day. That we don't do. We try to eat at home. But one thing that we absolutely do is we try to stay away from frozen foods, unless it's like maybe just like steaming some vegetables. So here's the deal. When we found out that air fryers existed, of course we were interested in that. And I know you can see the KitchenAid behind me, and yes, that's coming up. But in this, we wanted, especially with less counter space, we happen to be in a rental right now, so we needed something to work that wasn't gonna take up a lot of counter space, because we have a really small kitchen at the moment until we find a home. But you know, it's been kind of crazy out there buying houses, and we just don't feel comfortable. But that's not the point. The point is, the Ninja, with it being a 5-in-1, that meant we did not have to spend any extra counter space. Yeah, one unit does 5 different things, and it tastes good. When I say tastes good, I mean really, really good. Everything we've cooked in there. My husband has made frozen things. Yes, I said we don't need as much frozen, and it's true, but the other thing is, when he is making like chicken, or he's making frozen fries, we just had that, and they all tasted delicious. The chicken was not frozen, the chicken was fresh. So the point is, you can make fresh and you can make frozen, but you can also use this for a lot of different things. We've got kids, so you can dehydrate, which I guess that wouldn't necessarily work with kids in that sense, but I'm saying it more like you have options on what you can do. So I would suggest going and getting it, because we really love it, especially if you don't want to take up a lot of counter space. That being said, it does take up a decent amount of counter space. It's not a small thing, but for everything that it does, it really doesn't take up a lot of counter space. This is the inside of the Ninja. So you can see you have the option of just putting something. It was just used, that's why it's dirty. You can put stuff right inside of here. You can take this out and you can put stuff right in there. Like I said, it was just used. Stop judging me. Okay, and then put this right back. I'm moving the camera. There we go. And then there's up here, and then this can also be cleaned. You just close it right back up. And when you want to use it, you put whatever, well, first you preheat. You press it on, it will preheat and has the instructions right on there. And you can take this off or you can leave it on there. I leave it on there because I forget things, so does my husband. It is what it is. And then once it's done preheating, you just go ahead and put the food inside, press the buttons, set it and forget it. Okay, let's get into number 2. Number 2 happens to be a waffle maker. No, it's actually a 3-in-1. And yes, there is a theme. It's all about one appliance does a lot of things. And that's, like I said, we don't have a lot of counter space. But the truth is too, who wants a ton of like one little appliance is this and one little appliance is that? We've done that before. It is not a fun life. I personally want one thing that does a bunch of different things. Okay, well, we got that. And that happens to be the Black & Decker Waffle Maker. It has more than just the ability to make waffles. You can also do sandwiches, and there was one other thing, but we haven't used that yet. I don't remember what it is. Okay, I actually looked it up because I couldn't not tell you guys. If I'm making this video, you must know. And it's a grill, and that's why we haven't done it yet, because I already told you about the Ninja, and it already grills. But technically, I mean, that is still a good thing if you want to do like maybe a self-serve. But we are a family of like plenty of children and parents and people and stuff. There's enough of us. We don't need individual. I mean, I guess we could do, that's not the point. The point is, because my husband always tells me, you go off on tangents, and I do, is that this Black & Decker is worth it. It's at Amazon. That's where I bought it. It was about $30. And the Ninja, by the way, I forgot to mention that I bought that for maybe $150, but it was on sale. So this Black & Decker waffle maker. Okay, I've always wanted a waffle maker. And then on TikTok, I saw that you could use those little mini waffle makers and you can make like the little jalapeno coins with the cheese and stuff. And I got really excited about that. So I started to look up little waffle makers. And then I came across the Black & Decker waffle maker. And you know what? It was amazing. Why? Because it was 3-in-1. And I wanted the waffle maker, but it also had a sandwich press. And I love warm sandwiches. My husband does not. So really, I use that more often. But it's so nice to be able to actually make a sandwich really quickly because this thing heats up pretty quick. And here's the thing too. All you have to do is you just change out the plates. That's it. And you can put the plates in the dishwasher. So you put the plate in that you want, you make that sandwich, or you make that waffle. Then you take the plate out once it's cool, put it inside of the washing machine, you're done. That's it. That's the extent of it. And to me, huge deal. I don't have to wash anything. It really doesn't require any extra cleanup. For the most part, you just clean those plates and you're done. So, not bad. And I wanted to also add, going back into the Ninja, and I'm gonna back myself up and go back to the Ninja. That one also, the insides, you can take that right back out and you can put it into the dishwasher, no problem. Okay. All right, let's see that Black & Decker. Black & Decker, this is just the waffle plates, so I just wanted to give you an idea of the plates. It comes in 3 different sets, but this happens to be the waffle. You open it up. Go ahead and put in your plate. I'm putting it in backwards. I was like, why is it not working? Okay, just put it in your plate. Done. You would obviously put in the 2 plates, but I just wanted to show that you would plug it in. And then it warms up, you put in whatever you're gonna put in, and that's it. If you're wondering about all the other things, because I know how y'all are, that's the water that we use for my daughter. We only give my daughter and son specifically, he uses spring water and she uses purified water. Yes, I'm spoiling them. No, I'm not gonna stop. It is what it is. And this is also a little bit dirty, so I gotta clean that though. It was not just used, but I didn't realize. And my husband made waffles like a week ago, so. And yes, you're gonna hear a theme, and it is my husband, and it is the cooking, and that's because I don't like to cook. Okay, so that was another reason I like these things. But when I make this, I do make sandwiches in this thing, and I haven't made any time recently, so that's one of the reasons I didn't really notice that it was dirty. But my husband likes to cook, but he does not like to clean. So what happens is I have to go back and see, did you actually clean it, honey? And this one he did not. The other one was literally just used, and this one was used about a week ago, so it's not like way dirty. It's just on the outside where he made the waffle, and then a little bit spilled over. You can see right there, and it spilled over a little bit right there. And that's it. And that's the thing, is like, it really doesn't get that dirty. So for me to clean that, it's really not complicated. I'll just grab a sponge, get it off, and that's really it. Now granted, it's a week old, so it's not gonna be as fun to clean. Okay, let's get it. Do you like coffee? Me too. You know why? Because we have kids. You don't have kids? You just like coffee? I'm jealous. Because the Keurig, and we're gonna upgrade it actually. We're going to get the K155, I think is what it is. It's like the commercial, but like home one that everybody gets. So, life changer. So a long time ago, I'm actually gonna say right here, a long time ago, I got like a Hamilton Beach that also did pods. And I thought, oh, those things don't work very well. Like, that's not good stuff. Oh, yes, it is. I know that this is a single serve machine. If you're somebody who likes carafes and you're probably thinking, I don't want something that I have to only get one, cup of. It actually is better because you're getting a really good cup of coffee. It's very well tasting, and in order to, like, if you do a carafe and you don't drink multiple cups right then and there, so like if you have kids, for example, you're gonna have one cup like through the day. You're gonna try and drink your coffee first thing in the morning, or you're gonna chug that coffee, and then by the time you remember to go pour yourself another cup of coffee, you're gonna want a nice warm cup of coffee. If you are a warm cup of coffee drinker, or you want to do iced coffee, which this also does iced coffee. So, but at that point, you're gonna want something like fresh, right? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but my husband and I did. We wanted fresh coffee, and we don't always like the exact same thing. And we definitely don't like making our coffee exactly the same. So it kind of worked out because it's a single serve, but it doesn't take long at all, and you can quickly get your cup of coffee exactly how you like it, iced or hot, strong or not strong, and so forth. And it tastes so much better. I just don't know how to say that any other way. I love coffee. We've had a lot of different coffee makers, and I did fall in love with the Keurig. And a long time ago, I would have said to you, oh, those Keurig people, it's like, Samsung versus Android, or, wow, I am just not having it. Okay, Samsung versus Apple people, where you have your, like now it's, I think the Ninja, actually, or Nespresso, or Keurig, and because I know that Nespresso and Keurig are the pods, and then the Ninja is more like fancy, like you're doing if you want a latte or something, which Keurig does sell those types of things if you want to do that too, but that would be a different machine. So this is more for like regular coffee, and I don't remember the name of this model, I'm sorry. But let me do a quick check on it. I'm gonna do a hold. Okay, I found out it is the Elite K90. It has done us very well. I will say you do want to descale it every so often, because if you don't, it doesn't give you as much coffee and you start to have problems. So other than that, I mean, we've been very happy with it. We get good coffee every day. I can't say that we get to drink it immediately. And if you like cold coffee, you'd love my coffee. No, but one thing I did is, and I said this in another video, is I got myself a Yeti so that I can just drink my coffee and it's still warm, and that stuff, that cup works, like, so it's still warm because I like warm coffee. My friends like cold coffee, so they like to use the iced version or option. And I wanted to show right over here. You see? Iced. And that time is not right. It is not midnight. So don't worry. It is nighttime, but it's not midnight. It's early enough. It's so early that for some people they'd be like, "Are you getting ready for bed?" My only response to that is, I have kids. And yeah, I keep talking about the fact that I have kids, but that's the whole thing about all this kitchen stuff, is that it works for us because we're parents. Honestly, it works for us because we're parents. The Ninja cooks fast. It cooks good, healthy food fast because so the reason I kept talking about the air fryer portion of it is because, obviously it's my favorite because I keep mentioning it, is because it uses no oil. There's plenty of oil that we have, and it was actually right next to it. I'm sure you saw all that oil. And it's like grapeseed oil, and I think we have vegetable oil over there as well. But we also have olive oil and stuff. Like, we try a lot of different types of oil and seeing how it tastes. And when I say we, I mean really my husband, because he's the one who cooks. Anyways, but he doesn't have to use that in the Ninja because it does everything with, like, as a convection, or it does it as an air fryer, and it gives you that nice crispy flavoring and feel when you're using the air fryer. If you're grilling, it gives the good grill marks. If you're dehydrating, it tastes like a jerky. So it's really awesome in that sense, but it does everything fast. And then fast. You get good coffee and you get it fast. Sorry, I need to like readjust that. Okay, and you get it fast. The waffle, you can make 2 waffles at a time. They're good sizes, so when you have kids, you can cut that in half and you give them 1 full waffle, and it does it fast. And it's multiple things, so you can change out your plates. And if one child wants a waffle and the other one wants a sandwich, you can do that, and you can do it fast. So that's why I'm saying, like, that's the mindset. But if you're a single person, these things work for you too, because it does it fast. You don't have to worry about it, and you're gonna get good food and good coffee. And it doesn't take up a lot of counter space, because the waffle maker, you can just go ahead and put that in a cabinet. It's very easy to just stand it up and put it inside somewhere. Let me show you that. So here it is again, and then if you just go like this, there you go. Oh, honey. Okay, you got there too. Anyways, I'm gonna clean it, I promise. I'm gonna clean it right after. I didn't know it was dirty. But you just clean it, and then you put it away inside of the cabinet. So it's not that bad, and it's usually not that dirty. Okay, so that's pretty much it about the Keurig, since I obviously went off on other things, like my favorite thing, the Ninja. I like food. Food's good. I also like coffee. Good about the coffee, good about the Ninja, and that waffle maker. I've got 2 more things to tell you about. A convection oven. Yeah. I have an oven even though I have an oven, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the convection oven, and that one is a Cuisinart. I don't know if I said that correctly. I don't care, but they're good. I like this one in particular. This one in particular has the plates of the waffle maker on top of it, so that's nothing to do with that. But this one in particular, it's a wonderful convection oven. I think I purchased it I don't even know how long ago, a long time ago. And it fits like a full family worth of food. It goes back pretty deep, and you use a lot less electricity because it's convection, and it cooks food faster. So even during the holidays, we do not have to use the big oven except for the turkey, if it's Thanksgiving or something, or like the ham. And so my point is, you save money on your day-to-day oven use. And yes, it's a large item, and yes, you have to put it on your counter. I'm not even gonna lie about that, but really, it's worth it. It really is. Even the food, it tastes better. It does, because it cooks like all around. It, like, from top to bottom, the whole thing cooks your food, versus an oven is more of like your heating units on the top and your heating units on the bottom, and that's how it cooks. This is all around, so it's just, the food tastes better. But the Ninja has definitely been giving it a run for its money. I still use it though, so that's why I know it's good, because even though I'm obsessed and I keep talking about this Ninja, this thing is still part of my life. I wouldn't get rid of it. And if we did, because it broke, guess who's gonna buy another one? Let's get on to the next one. Go and save the best for last. It's a KitchenAid. No. KitchenAid mixer. And I think it is the Artisan one. I don't recall. I know I bought it for my husband because he cooks. And because of this wonderful baby right here, I know. We talked about it already. Okay, we did. Stop it. And those are mandarins, some garlic, and some potatoes. You're gonna have to get over it. Oh. It's just for breeze. I moved it because I was showing you other things. It was just on the counter, and then I put it over there. So I'm gonna move it. Where the coffee is. Okay, so back to the KitchenAid. This thing, it comes with so many different attachments, and I'm gonna say it's actually a really good gift. And I have an actual blog article about all the different attachments that you can use for your KitchenAid mixer. And that's one of the reasons I like it. Not just because I can buy my husband a whole bunch of different gifts, but it's also because it does that much. So you can do the mixing, or you can make pasta, or you can ground meat and stuff. Like, it does so much more than just mixing. This is a machine. It really is. And they look pretty. I like the blue color. They come in so many different colors, and they have a lot of different styles and different size bowls and stuff. Like, so honestly, I really would suggest getting that. It's a lifesaver. If you need to mix something, it's also very fast. And that's the other thing. And my husband and I have talked about this a million times. When it boils down to it, everything doesn't have to be so hard, but it is hard when you don't have the right tools. If you have the right tools, things go quickly and it's easy. So you have your professionals and things, and they're professionals in the skill, but they also happen to have the right tools to get the job done quickly, which is why they're able to do it on a grander scale. Like a carpenter is going to spend the money on the good tools because he or she might be building something all the time. So they need to do things a lot faster than they would if they were just doing it for themselves. Okay, well, it's gonna go to the same thing and that same concept for the KitchenAid. The KitchenAid, oh, and by the way, yes, it's pretty crowded because it's right next to the Ninja. As I said, it's not a big kitchen, and we only have so much counter space. And all of the things that I just said to you fit in this kitchen comfortably. So anyways, this KitchenAid is one of those tools. It's one of those things that if you like to cook, if you don't like to cook, it's just gonna make life easier when you're doing anything in the kitchen. In my opinion, and my husband's opinion, you should have seen his face when he got this. And I was a very happy wife in that moment. I was like, yes, I got you a good gift, and I can get you more gifts because there's attachments. I'm not saying that that's what it was about, like I keep saying, but cooking wise, yeah, I would suggest getting this. And read my blog article about it. I will actually link that below in the bio description stuff. Okay, so that. Oh, and if any of you noticed the liqueur over there, it's not something we have very often. So there's a whole lot of it. But pre-kids, I mean, you can have that as often as you want. Post-kids, you can have that as often as you want. I'm just not a big drinker. Anyways, so a lot of it stays. But then, you know, like when you go to the store and you find something and you go, oh, that's cute. Like, so if we have friends or family or something coming over, we can offer them that. Well, problem is, it's pandemic, so nobody's been here. So there's a lot. And I don't drink it. You wanna come over? I'm just kidding. If you're a stalker, do not come over. Do not even come near my house. Anyway, so if you're a single person, this stuff still works for you. Like I said, I bought the convection oven before we even had kids, and I have loved it since the day that we got it. The KitchenAid mixer, I think, was also purchased before our son was born. Back in my chair. So anyways, hopefully, in my chair in the playroom. So hopefully you all saw some great stuff that if you were wondering if you should get for your home, you should get it, because I'm giving the thumbs up, Caitlin style, and saying we use it. We use it all the time, and we love it. I really can't tell you anything bad about any of the things that I just mentioned. I would suggest at least looking at the reviews online, and they're probably gonna be all great. And that's the other thing too, is every time I buy anything, I always look at the reviews, and I don't look at it just on Amazon. I look across the internet, and I mean, everything I just mentioned to you pretty much all had 5-star reviews out of 5. So they were all good items. The Keurig is outdated, of course. It's an older model, so I don't know if it's gonna have 5 stars anymore compared to what they have available now, which is why we're gonna go ahead and upgrade. But yeah, so if you are interested in getting those things, go ahead and get it. I probably won't link every single item, but I'll link a couple things. Until next week, it's not going to be in my kitchen. It's going to be another review, because I like to do reviews for you guys. I will get back to parenting hacks. It's gonna happen. It's not going to be next week, but it'll be the following week. I will be giving more parenting hacks because my kids are getting older and I am figuring out a whole lot of stuff. Extra stuff. And it's funny, on a day-to-day basis, I don't even realize that it's a hack. But not everyone does the same thing. Not at all. So absolutely keep watching. Please subscribe. I always have a video once a week doing a review or a hack of some sort, or I talk about something that needs to be talked about. Like, for example, the stimulus checks and unemployment. Was something that I just spoke about very recently. It was very important. It's a big topic. And I have my blog, and a lot of different articles come up daily, Monday through Friday. And then I have my blog every Saturday. And then Sunday, I take a rest. Okay, I need a moment. I just need a moment. And even then, sometimes I still post something. But really what I'm doing is kind of organizing and getting everything ready for the next week. And not just GBRLIFE wise, also regular day-to-day life. I got kids. I know I keep saying it, but I got kids. There's just so many, you know? There's really not that many, but it feels like there's so many. It does. On a day-to-day basis, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of kids. I don't know how I survive. How do you survive? And more importantly, comment. Tell me, how do you survive? How do you like these things? What do you use in your kitchen that you just cannot live without? I would love to know, because I'd love to add it to my kitchen or gift it to my husband when it's his birthday and stuff, because he likes to be in the kitchen. It's not a stereotype. Not in this house. My husband likes the kitchen. What do you like? Tell me. and subscribe. Okay, bye. Till next week.